Go.
Money, money, money. That's all college athletes these days think of, instead of the free education that they're actually given. Many college athletes, especially those that go to Division I schools, get very high scholarships. Some even being full rides, with other expenses paid for as well. I played baseball at a one-year school and have witnessed others go on to play at other schools with scholarships. There are three main points why college athletes should not be paid. First, college athletes on a scholarship receive a free education and living. Secondly, if they were paid, it would make it more of a professional sport. And finally, college athletes should not be paid because they are students, not employees. According to the Bleacher Report, college athletes on a scholarship receive a free education and living, although they get much more than this with free food, free insurance, free publicity, parental monitoring, housing allowance, and free travel. Why should a college pay a student more when they already give them free education and living and all this much more? If students got a salary but did not have all of these things paid for, they would not be very happy either. As by the Bleacher Report, the cost of the NCAA football teams to travel for the 07-08 season was $42.6 million. And as stated by the Daily Local, just because they shouldn't be paid doesn't mean that they shouldn't be compensated. College athletes cannot complain about not being paid when they will not have to pay off student loans, unlike many others who come out of a four-year degree owing upwards of $100,000. Paying college athletes a salary would make college sports a professional sports, such as the NFL, NHL, or the NBA. Paying college athletes would make college sports more like a professional level, as stated by the Denver Post. College athletes are not employees, they're students. It's that simple. By paying college athletes, it would make scouting more like drafting, such as what happens when baseball players graduate from high school and they can go directly into the draft. And according to the Daily Local, the reality of the situation is there is too big of a gray area when it comes to analyzing different sports. The same goes for Division II and Division III sports. Why shouldn't those athletes be paid the same if they put in the same amount of time to practice, travel, and to play games? This would just make it unfair to determine pay. These students are athletes, not employees. So they are not working for money. They're playing their sport and putting in the hours for compensation. These athletes are also trying to get a degree because you cannot rely on playing sports all your life, because you never know when that career-ending injury could happen. According to the Odyssey, it would really ruin the culture of college sports. College students love college sports because the athletes are students just like they are. The athletes are in classes and seen on campus. They are a part of the school's community. Money would separate the athletes from the student body. It would make them seem like they are the most important at the school. There is another side to things, as said by the New Yorker. These athletes collectively generate tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars annually for their schools. Many college coaches are the highest paid public employees in their states. A $5 million salary is no longer eye-popping, and that paycheck doesn't include gifts from the boosters, who will occasionally pay for a coach's house to make sure he's happy. If you ask me, that's a lot of money. In summary, there are many reasons as to why these student athletes should not be paid. and some of them are just that it would make life unfair for many students. Because if you think about it, college life is about making new friends and lifelong friends. These athletes say they would be paid, they would think they're up here when everybody else is down here. They would not get along as well. There are three main points why college athletes should not be paid. First, college athletes on a scholarship receive a free education and living. Secondly, if they were paid, it would make it more of a professional sport. And finally, college athletes should not be paid because they are student athletes, not employees. Thank you for listening to my speech, and hopefully by the end of this, you should understand why college athletes should not be paid more than their financial compensation that they already receive.